Good morning and welcome to my channel. My name is Colette and I am a retired registered nurse, an artist, an eclectic collector of all kinds of things, and a jewelry designer, sort of. Anyway, I wanted to come on today and give you a quick cautionary tale regarding turquoise. As you all know, turquoise runs deep in my family if you've watched any of my previous videos. And by the way, if you have enjoyed my content, please hit the thumbs up and subscribe. It's free to do so and it would help me to grow my channel. And if you'd like to be notified when I upload more videos, hit the notification bell. Anyway, cautionary tale today actually happened to me yesterday. As you know, I've been around turquoise my whole life. I've learned about it. In no way am I any kind of an expert whatsoever. I've learned what I've learned through my mother and my grandmother's history, what I've read, studied, and seen. I have never taken any courses or anything of that nature regarding turquoise identification. As I've always said, people will say, hello, Sasha. People will say, this turquoise is from this mine, or this looks like this. When in reality, as I've said before, one mine can produce 25 or more different appearing turquoise. So what one mine produces, another mine may produce a look-alike. The only way to determine if turquoise is in fact from a specific mine is if you buy it from the man that mined it, or you buy it from a reputable dealer that bought it from the miner. Having said that, there is another new way that turquoise mines can be identified. And there is a lab in Texas that does X-ray fluorescence. It is about $100, give or take, a pop to get a stone X-ray fluoresced, and they can, with relative high certainty, determine what mine it is from. Would I advise doing that on something that you just like? No. If you really need to determine the provenance, what mine it's from, yes, I would do that. So back to my cautionary tale. It's been my love and dream for years and years to own a piece of Lander Blue turquoise. I'm sure I never will. The Lander Blue mine was found in 73, I believe. And it was a small mine. It was what they call a hat mine. So small you could throw your hat over it. It was found by accident by a woman by the name of Rita Hapgood, who was picnicking with her sister and her father and their 2 young boys. And one minute, Sasha wants to come up. During that picnic, the grandfather of the 2 young boys discovered a blue stone and started to uncover it, and then began the excavation of Lander Blue turquoise. There was only about 100 pounds of gem grade Lander Blue turquoise pulled from that mine. That's it. That was the end. It was done. So it is a very small, there is a very small amount on the market, if you can even find it at all. And the last I heard, it's about $400 a carat. But you never know. Sometimes you get lucky. Somebody has one to sell at a reasonable price. So you look into it. So what happened yesterday is I was on the computer and I stumbled onto a reputable website, a store out in Arizona, I believe it was. And I'm not going to mention the store. But what I saw was, and I'm going to pull it up on my phone and show you. What I saw was this image. And I recognized it immediately from this book, Turquoise, the Gem of the Centuries. This is an old book. It was my mother's. And I perused it along with several others are in the library. And so I recognized the picture. And before I go on, I want to tell you, I was so excited. I thought, no way could there be that Lander Blue ring for sale. And I'm going to read you quickly the description. And like I said, this is from a reputable store. Description: large gem Lander Blue turquoise ring, unsigned. We rarely find any gem turquoise this large, especially Lander Blue. With this much brilliance and character, the color is so deep in the stone that it invites you to reach in and grab a piece of blue, a collector's dream. The color is typical of Lander Blue, and so is the matrix, and it goes on. And then it says, this will always be a rare object of incredible natural beauty. The reference photo, this is the last of the listing. The reference photo you see is this ring atop the Lander page in Oscar Branson's highly respected book, Turquoise, the Gem of the Century. Okay? I was so excited I couldn't see straight. Again, there is the picture. And before I could catch my breath, I called my friend Christy in New Mexico. And we often chat about turquoise and Native American things. Our love kind of aligns in the same direction with respect to Native American arts and jewelry. And I called her and I told her, I said, oh my God, it's in the book. I've got the book. She said, hold up, relax. That ring's been for sale for a while. And I said, well, maybe nobody saw it, but it's there. I'm gonna go get the book. I'll call you back. So I went and I got Oscar Branson's book, okay? And I turned to the page. And it was identical to the page on the website. And I looked at the one on the website again. And I studied it and I thought, well, maybe this is a later printing of the book I have. And as I got to looking at it, I realized that it was very deceptive. That was the page from the book. And it is a turquoise that looks like it. But they had actually photographed the turquoise on top of the book page. A little bit of foolery, huh? And then I look back at the description. Large gem Lander Blue turquoise ring. Reputable place. They say it is a large gem Lander Blue Turquoise. So Christy's words were just swimming in my head. And before I did anything, I said, look, I'm going to call them. I'm going to ask them to FaceTime me. I'm going to ask for provenance. If they can provide provenance, I'm getting that ring. It would have been a dream come true. So I called the store, and a gentleman answered, and I told him who I was and what I was inquiring about. And when I said provenance, he hemmed and hawed and skirted around and said, let me get you the person in charge of inventory. So she came on the phone, and we chatted a few minutes about that ring and how beautiful it was. And I asked her, do you have the documentation for the provenance of this ring being Lander Blue? I thought perhaps she had it sent to Texas. She said, what do you mean? I said, do you have the documentation to authenticate it as coming from the Lander Blue mine? And she said, well, no, but we were told it was Lander Blue and it's unsigned. Therefore, it's got to be Lander Blue. It looks like it. No. Stop. I thanked her very much and let her off the phone, and off I went. And I called Christy, or Christy called me, and I told her what happened. So this cautionary tale, please take it to heart. I'm somebody that's been around turquoise all my life. And it looks like Lander Blue. Could it be? Yeah. If you wanted to take a $3,000 chance and buy it and send it to Texas, it could be. But nobody had done that. And there are many other mines that produce naked eye look-alike to Lander Blue. To an expert like Wes Willie, who's handled Lander Blue for decades, would be able to spot a piece that was not Lander Blue. I've never held a piece of Lander Blue. I've never seen a piece in real life. And to me, I almost bet that would have been a very expensive mistake. If I had that much money to take a risk, then maybe, but I don't. So please understand that turquoise is beautiful because it's beautiful. It's valuable because it may tell a story, or it may be an important piece in, excuse me, I don't have my water. It may be of an important piece in history. It may not be. It may just be from an era that is long gone. Unless you are 100% needing authentication, buy it for its beauty. Buy it because it speaks to you as a piece. And please, you can say, or if somebody says this is Royston, or this is Cerrillos, or this is Nevada Blue, or whatever, Pilot Mountain, Stormy Mountain, you can look in a book and you can say, yeah, it looks like it. Take it at face value. Don't take it as gospel unless you have 100% irrefutable proof. Buy the turquoise because you love it. I will shout out Tanya from My Jewelry Addiction. She pulled up on one of her sales a couple weeks ago an old ring from the 1920s, and perhaps even a little earlier, but my guess would be 1915, 1920. Excuse me, I've got permanent hoarseness from thyroid cancer, so if I talk a lot, I start to lose my voice. The ring was black with patina. The stone had probably originally been blue, and it was now so dark green, and it had a significant fracture through the stone. But the minute I saw it, it spoke to me. I did not care about the fracture. The stone put me in a place where I was imagining my grandmother Claire, that I never knew, and how she grew up in that era and was a Fred Harvey girl. And she worked closely with the Navajo and the Pueblo. And this made me feel like it could have been a ring that she would have worn. And I bought it. It was so reasonable. I bought the ring. I couldn't wait to get it. I received it last week, and it was just as beautiful as I thought it was, fracture and all. I was a little concerned, as you always should be, that a fracture could ultimately result in the stone slipping out of the bezel. So I did repair the fracture carefully and repolished the stone, not the silver work, but I did do a light polish on the stone so that the fracture is almost indetectable unless you were looking with a loop. I should have brought it to show you, but I didn't think about it. But that goes to show, buy turquoise because that piece speaks to you. Buy it for its intrinsic beauty and its flaws and its story. And please don't be fooled by what you see online. In the eBay is notorious. Every other thing is land or blue for $350. It's insane. This particular ring was significantly more money, but it still would have been a good price, an excellent price for land or blue had it been authenticated. There's Sophia. Welcome to my cat house. Kitty. So I won't go on about it, but cautionary tale. I almost fell for it. And I think I'm a pretty astute person when it comes to things. So anyway, I promised it was short. This is short. And hopefully I will get some more videos up this week. And please hit the like and subscribe button. And look forward to seeing you all the next time. Thanks, and have a great day. Bye-bye.